Hi guys, it's Mel here from Mel W Scrapping. I thought I would bring you my layout share for the month of June. Yes, that's right, I said June. 6 months is gone already. I really don't know where the year's gone. I'm not keeping up very well, but anyway. Okay, so I think I calculated 26 layouts for the month of June. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's either 26 or 27. These ones on top I'm going to show you first are from Redefined Creative Etch-a-Sketch Sketches. This one was day 8. I haven't done them all. I'll keep working on them in the month of July. I didn't do a video. So it was just a simple top and bottom rip with your 2 photos and then embellish your title there. Yeah, it was a good easy one and a good one to come back to, and it was just a bit of washi tape on the tops of your photos, which I thought actually looked quite good. I might keep doing that. So yes, I've done another birthday one from, I think I've got all my daughter's birthday done now for 2019 because I'm trying to work my way through the 2019 photos. So there is that one. This one was another Redefined Creative Etch-a-Sketch, and it was the first one that they brought out. At the same time, it was for Rediscover Your Stash Challenge on Facebook because the month of June was a June spending freeze. So it was a matter of using up your supplies, using what you've got instead of going and buying new stuff. So this challenge was to, the letters of your name, come up with something to put on your layout. So that Sandy had picked. So I put magnificent splatters, enamel stars, letters for title, amazing papers, nouveau drops, ink blending, and ephemera. So that's what I came up with. I actually ink blended all over here. I don't know, there's no video for this one. I ink blended black, blue, and orange over in this part here. Just simple rip, and this was what the sketch was to rip, and it was 3 layers, and it was actually 3 photos down, but because I had this lunar eclipse in 2019, I actually had some little ones, so I just cut the little ones, moved them up a bit, and popped 2 little ones at the bottom. I actually thought that looked quite good as a, you know, as a layout sketch. I mean, if you wanted to, you could quite easily then redo that on that side. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then put 4 little ones down the bottom. Would look quite good. Can't see why not. Or even 2 there. Anyway, so that was that one. With all my pretty splatters. My nouveau drops in there. And different moons. And I used Dotty Bout Flare. Okay, I need to find some room here. I need to clean up my desk is what I need to do this month. Okay, so this one here was another Etch-a-Sketch, Redefined Creative Etch-a-Sketch. It was a quite simple design. It was the 1 photo, rip your paper in the 2 spots, and embellish with your title. So this is what I came up with. I came up with this for another challenge as well, for the DAF Team Challenge, which Adam gave us a mood board, which was all these colours, these really light, pastel-y, beautiful colours. And I did this one. And then I haven't, no video for this one, but I did a video the other day, and I actually had my daughter scrapping with me, and she decided to do the same sketch. And this is what she came up with for exactly the same sketch. So she just did simple embellishing. She just did her ripping of the paper, popped her photo, did a really long, big title, and hers came out really well too. Both, like, look quite good. I was quite shocked. So that one is Danina's is actually on a video. Okay, so the next ones I'm going into Mixed Media Mayhem. This was the last one that we did in a hop. So there is a video on this, me actually making this layout. This layout I love. This layout I also stuffed up. When I did the splatters, the black and the gold splatters, my little anchors moved. When I went to pick it up, the anchors moved and they smudged the black. Still doesn't look that bad. It looks like it's part of the effect. And then I've obviously smudged some of the splatters down here. But I loved the layout. And the person that we were scrap lifting was Rebecca Moore. If you want to go to YouTube and look up Rebecca Moore, and it's M-O-O-R-E. That lady is amazing with mixed media. What she can't do is just unbelievable. So yeah, so hope I did her proud, because I've been watching her for a while now. Okay, so here's another one. This is actually, I did this, no video for this one. It's in conjunction, I did Redefined Creative and Etch-a-Sketch, day 9. It was this layout, but it was, you had to design your own background. So, with saying that, Mixed Media Mayhem week 1 was to use, the recipe for that was to use paint, tissue paper and embossing. So, with having to make my own background, I decided to go out of my comfort zone and use hot embossing. So what I did is watercolour paints in the background. I just got a little sponge and I just swished it all over. Sprayed it a couple of times, moved it around. That was after, because the very first thing I did was the hot embossing. I'm still not very good at the heat embossing. I have a go. So what I did is I got a Vicky Booten stencil and I got the embossing ink and I put it through. My parts has come off. And anti-staticked it all. And then I put the powder on that I wanted. So I had black and gold. And then I got it to heat up properly and to actually set properly this time. Whereas before, I actually, when I did it, and I thought it was set, you could rub it and it would just come away. So I don't know what I did wrong that day. So I did the embossing first. I then went over the watercolour paint with the green. Then I just left it to dry. And then I just went ahead to do my page. The tissue paper is actually behind the photo here of my beautiful magnolia tree. And I just simply embellished it just with 3 butterflies. And I think that come up quite good. I was happy with this one as well. This one here is a Mixed Media Mayhem one, as well as Scrap-a-Sketch number 30. So Scrap-a-Sketch is a Facebook group, and Lisa there puts up a sketch every week, every Friday of the week, with a different person's take on her sketch. And then we all have a go at see what we come up with. So Mixed Media, this was, I don't know if it was week 2. I'm not quite sure. I don't care. She picked distress inks, household items, and metallic splatters. So with going with Lisa's sketch, which was, you know, the 2 different backing of the photo, the 2 photos. This was the actual style of the sketch. So what I did is I actually got this thing here is actually a Tupperware jar opener. So you pop it on top of the jar and it gives you extra grip to actually open. I don't know if you can see the pattern on there. Well, I actually just stuck ink on it. And I don't know if that's going to show or not. Close. And I popped the ink on and I just went like that all over that side. And then I did my gold splatters and I used Tim Holtz Distress ink, and I need to take that down. That one I actually do have a video on. But that was actually quite fun to make. I was in my element with that one. This one here is another Scrapper Sketch one from Lisa, number 31. And it was to use diamonds. And I cheated. I actually had, my daughter had some sheets out of a scrapbook kit that I bought her years ago when she was going to scrapbook. And then she stopped. And so I've just taken all the stuff and started to use it. And I actually just pressed out all these diamonds. And I thought, yay, I can cheat and use diamonds already cut for me. And I just did some packaging technique in the background with the 2 photos, simple layout, easy to do, quick and easy, bit of journaling, loved it. So that was that one. Okay, now this was for a hop on one of the Facebook groups called, it was, the theme of it was when life gives you lemons, and I've actually done a video for this one, so that is actually on my channel. You can find that one. So that was a good one to use scraps, brilliant one to use scraps. So that's that one. This one, now we're going to go into best of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. This one was halfway through June. She put up a bonus sketch. And I had an idea because it was using one big photo. And this is my sister and her husband. And I think I did a video for this, yes. Topsy-turvy Mother's Day twist. That's right, this is what this is for. It was a 30 days of sketches, the bonus one. And it was for the Topsy-turvy Mother's Day hop with a twist. And you had to do someone other than your mother. But a lady in your life. Well, my sister is in my life. She has 3 children. And she does a very good job. So I decided to pick her. Do a nice big photo of her. And it was when they went to a ball. And this was all scraps. All little scraps. And I just stuck it all together. And I thought that looked beautiful. Okay. 30 days of sketches. I don't know if I've got these in order. Probably not. This one, day 1. And the sketch was by Laura Whitaker. I don't have a video for any of these best of 30 days of sketches. I used doilies. And I did ink blending, ink splatters, Nouveau drops mixed with gems. This one I had fun with. And I did the border and did little squiggly things on my border. I really had fun with this. It was fun. That's that one. This was 30 days. Oh, this was a mixed media Mayhem week 3. So I had to use a stencil, torn paper, and a sketch. So I picked Day 3 sketches by Rochelle Spears for Sketches in Time. So it was about using a frame with your photo and the backing paper. But what I did is I got the Vicky Booten Fernwood stencil with the big fern, and I inked that all across here. So I've done about 1, 2, I think there's about 5 ferns on there altogether. And I sort of did it so that you could see the fern in the frame area, but you could still see fern behind the paper. I mean, behind the photo. This one. Oh, and then I got my ink pad and I did a bit of a border. Didn't work real well, but it worked because I think my green's starting to run out. Maybe get a refiller. Love it. This one I did was for Craft IQ challenge, June challenge. We had to use paper pattern and some sort of vellum in the background. Ink the edges. Use grey as main colour. No squares. Add stitching of any type. Hide journaling. Add some silver. And then there was 2 twists. You had to round all your corners and create a pocket for your journal. I have done a video on this. And this was day 5 sketch of 30 days of sketches. This is what I came up with. This is the only one in the whole of the June layouts, I really don't like. This bit I like, but this bit didn't quite come out to how I wanted it to come out. Anyway, I've tried to jazz it up a bit. I put Nuvo drops around on the inside and then the outside. I've got one little tag there, and I'm missing my tag that I had in there. I've lost my journaling. I'll have to try and find it. I had another set up like this that you turned around. It's got another hand on it. Oh, it's over here. It's fallen out. Okay, this was my journaling. It's on my video, on my channel, on my, and I just did some journaling on that bit, so it's hidden, and it just sits down in there like that. I don't know, there's just something about it that's just not quite talking to me. Anyway, you have those moments, I suppose. This one I didn't know whether it was going to work at all or not, and it came out fantastic. This was day 16, no video. Simple 3 diagonals, 3 photos, and then embellish. I actually quite like that. I thought it was quite fun, that one. This one here was day 2's design. And believe it or not, I've done 2 of them. One was for her birthday, one was for Easter. And I think I like both of them. This one just was a bit, you know, it wasn't as bright and still cheery and happy and whatever. But this one was, I don't know, it just looked completely different. It's amazing with one sketch how different a layout can look. So that was the East one. I just did splatters on this one on white card with the 2 pattern and the pattern at the back. There you go. This one here was day 4. And the sketch was by Susan Stringfellow from Sketch Savvy. The day 2 one was by Susanna Lee. This one was brilliant for scraps. I went through all my little scraps because I am trying to use scraps. And I used all the little bits. And I did that bit. I got some washi tape out to do this bit here because I don't like stitching. I'm not a sewer by any means. It was, yeah, I think it was 2 photos or 1 photo, but I had some extras that I wanted to get it all on one layout. So I've cut, this is 1 photo and this is 1 photo, just added them together, and then I did an oval on that end. And I thought it worked quite well. So I did change it a little bit, sorry. And then my journaling. And this one comes, this looks really good. And this one, this layout here, could have gone that way. And you could have had photos that way. It could have gone that way. And you could have had photos down here. This one was very, very versatile. This one here is probably my favourite fun one. I had some more of the inside of the caves that we went to in 2019. This was for challenges too. Under the influence of Scrappy Adam 300 member challenge to use 3s, lots of 3s. It was Discover Your Stash mood board, so orange, green, red, really bright colours, yellow, blue, aqua. And it was Sketch Day 11 by Alison Davis from Scrapbook Generations. So, I did 3 photos, 3 embellishment clusters, 3 word title. I've used 3 pattern papers, 1, 2 and 3. I backed these 3 times, 1, 2, 3. And believe it or not, Steph sent me a message and said, "Oh, are your stars by any chance in 3s?" And when I counted it, yes, they were. I had 9 lots of 3s on here of all the stars. Can't believe I actually did that. That was just by accident. This one was fun. All the stars are made out of scrap card. I just got my star punch and I just started punching away. I used up some embellishments that needed to be used up. That one was fun. This one here was tedious. Love it. Tedious. So it was day 6 and it was Rediscover Your Stash Megan's Challenge, which was choose something out of your stash that is really hard for you to use and use it on a layout. So I really find my rubber stamps, or I call them rubber stamps anyway, I find them difficult of how to use them. I mean, I have on, I'll show you on another layout that I've done, I've used them because that was a make your own background thing. Tedious is because I don't have a star cut out. So what I did is I first hand drew a star that I can, and then I went round with a ruler and ruled it up properly. I then got my knife out and I cut them so that I could get this bit to put on there and go around with and just stamp around the edge so that I could get that outline. Okay, that's probably that way. Yeah, that's how it sits. Then I took that, ruled inside to get that. I don't know what I did with that. I think I've just got that as a border. And then I cut the inside of that to get that to cut the pink one. That took me hours. But I now have templates. This one, I really liked it. I got the 2 photos on there that I wanted to use. And going back and remembering my good friend Laura Alberts, who's on YouTube. If you just look up in YouTube and go and have a look for Laura Alberts, she does some amazing videos and explains things on titles that you don't have to have some big bulky title. You don't have to get all your letters out and try and, sort out if you got enough letters for the title. Just a simple embellishment that says something that you want to say about this photo. So I found one that said, "You shine like a star." And as far as I'm concerned, that's my title. This I love. It may go in a frame because I actually quite liked this. I've got the blue. I used the Distress Ink prize ribbon on that one. And then I just got another little stamp that was in amongst these. And I just did the little cluster of stars and then put some embellishment stars on. Really happy with how this came out. Can't believe I used my stamps yet again. That's that one. This one here was another brilliant way to use up your scraps. Scrapping Reflections Facebook group, Take 10 Tuesday. Had to use 10 paper scraps. Make hexagons and back photos. Okay, Rediscover Your Stash. Well, this one was Laura Albert's challenge, was a hexagon layout, because she's hexagon mad. I do like hexagons, but she's more hexagon mad than me. I used a day 20 sketch from Best of 30 Days of Sketches, and this one was from, now might not say this properly, Bren Shiva from Let's Get Sketchy. So, her sketch was just in the middle. So I just added my hexagons top and bottom. I have used 10 different scraps of paper to use my hexagons, cut my hexagons out. I backed it in scraps. Oh, this is scraps. And over here was a scrap of the big hexagons out of fernwood. And I've put the little photo on top of those at the side. Just used a bit of washi tape in here. Dotty Bout Flare. Used up these. These don't really even mean anything to with the photo. But they're an embellishment that I've never used. And I thought, let's get it used on the one layout. So they did quite a good embellishment. I ink blended the orange, which I think is carved pumpkin, in the background, just so that it's just coming out from those hexagons. This one I love. Okay, another one I love. So if you can't tell, I'm kind of an orange fan. Do like my orange. Okay, so this layout was from Miranda Weber's 3,000 sub hop and her 40th birthday. I also did a scrap lift of Scrappy Adam, which is One Mummy Scrapping on YouTube. And it was also in conjunction with Under the Influence of Scrappy Adam Facebook group, which was an orange challenge. So this was an experiment that happened. My daughter in grade 4 went to the University of Tasmania. They did an experiment for them to show them what would happen with different things mixed together. And I wanted to get the 4 stages on the one layout. I used up brads that I have had for years. I put the 4 tags, which was another thing, to make your own tags from scratch, like not bought ones. So they were all scrap pieces of paper. So yet again, this is another one I love. This one here is Scrap Time with Rebecca Lockhart. I actually won the last month's challenge, and I got to pick this month's items or things to use on your layout. So I chose ink blending or splatters, or both, a doily or a tag, paper tearing, 2 or more photos, and I gave them a twist, and it had to be a winter layout, because here in Australia, or down here in Tasmania especially, we're in winter, and it's been cold. So these ones don't have any video done on the Mirandas, not on this one. So this is what I came up with, and what I did is I used a doily, but I actually ink blended the doily. I used pink and purple and blue. I did the tearing under here for the photos. And it was another fun, and I did the gold splatters, another fun layout, another one that was really fun to do. So that was for that one, for Scrap Time with Rebecca Lockhart Scraps. This one is no video. This one I did a scrap lift of my very good friend Cheryl. She is a design team member for Dotty About Flair, and she also is a design team person for Scrapper Sketch. And her and I have been talking on Facebook, and we are so similar in the different things that we do and use and get. It was a bit of an honour, and I did a scrap lift of her. And I did my daughter and her artwork that got put in the art museum here in town. It was only her and another boy in grade 6 that got picked out for grade 6. So really proud of her. And I got this beautiful acrylic title that I'd won from Dotty About Flair, and this is when I started using my Dotty About Flair that I got. Can't wait for my next lot to come. I'm quite partial to those. They just make a really good dimensional embellishment. You can actually go to the Dotty About Flair website and actually sign up for a subscription every month, and that's what I've done, because being on one wage and not being able to afford too much, and I did the calculations of how much it would cost UK to Australia, it wasn't that much. So I got the smallest package for the month, and Adam said that was fine. And yeah, so go dottyaboutflair.com and have a look, because they're decent prices, and to get to Australia, it's not that much extra. Okay, this is my stamped background. Tell you what challenge this was for. Rediscover Your Stash Challenge. Rachel Kent Challenge to make your own background with your stamps. And I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? And then I remembered I had some stamps from Poppy Craft, and it was all about selfies. I actually bought them thinking of my daughter, who always gets my phone and does a selfie on it. And this is the background I came up with. And I did photos of me. I don't normally do selfies, but this year I've started to learn how to actually do it, just like learning how to do YouTube. I just did simple black and white for the background so that your colours would stand out. And I just did my 3 clusters as normal, and I just called it 5, 4, 3 selfie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 type thing. And I liked it. Normally I don't like anything when I stamp the background, but I liked it. Okay, so this one is a shimelle. Shimelle Best of Both Worlds kit. The second page she did on her YouTube channel. That you can just go and look up Shimelle Laine. And there's lots. She does 2 a week YouTube videos. She actually has classes going at the moment too. Oh, that's right. And we, every now and then on Dotty About Flair Facebook group, we just have a little chat session. And so our chat session for that time of the month was favourite holiday, make a layout. So I picked Christmas, because Christmas is my favourite holiday, but in particular, Christmas morning. I love seeing my daughter get up in the morning and go down to see what Santa left and what presents she's got, and open it and make a mess all over the floor. And that's the bit I love the most, believe it or not. It really is. So I did a Christmas layout for that bit of a chat that we had on there. I think most people, I think there was another lady who really liked Christmas morning too. So there was that layout that I did. But as you can tell, it was ink blending in the background, and then get a stencil and go over with that same colour to make the background. I should have explained that. Okay, this one was Mix It Up Monday Hop that I've just started up with. And it was also a Rediscover Your Stash challenge to use a stencil, modelling paste and sprays. And with Mix It Up Monday, it's really to use mixed media. As much as you want or as little as you want, just change it up a bit. So I got a stencil, and I'm probably getting a mess here everywhere. And I popped it on, I taped it on, I popped it in a box, and with my sprays, my ink sprays, I just went and then let it dry. I did this layout. That layout was from, what was the layout? I can't remember what layout it was from now. It was just banners in the background with your 3 photos. I did the splatters, did the stencil, I used the sprays, and all I did with the texture paste, because I don't have much texture paste left, was a little butterfly on each embellishment cluster. And this one came out quite well. I was quite happy with that one. So this one here was Rediscover Your Stash. Use a sketch by Sarah Scraps. It was Sarah Scraps' sketch, no video. And it was just, her sketch was this part here to the side with a bit of the ripped edge on there. So I decided to rip it on both sides. Put one down slightly lower than the other. And it was ink blending up the top. Or you could have done stamping or anything like that. And this came up quite well too. I was quite happy with how this came up. So I like my blending, and I like ink blending if you haven't figured that out. This one was for Christmas in June. Rebecca Lockhart challenged us in Rediscover Your Stash. Now what was that? Oh, that was to use a stencil as well. I think Rebecca's thing. I think it was quite a few different things, and I haven't written them all on there. This is the one I've done a video for Christmas in June. and that my daughter played along and did her layout. So there is a video on this one. So yeah, so there you go. So that's all my layouts for June, everybody. There for a while in June. I didn't think I was going to get many layouts done, but I've pulled my finger out a bit and got a few done. Okay, so if you liked this layout share, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. If you're new to the channel, if you'd like to subscribe, please do. It doesn't cost anything. And click the little bell so that when I put a video up, it's not all the time. The last couple of weeks I've been busy during the week, so I haven't been able to do a video. But yes, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed and all my new subscribers. And thank you everyone for watching. It's been a pleasure, and happy July coming. Okay, bye everybody.